Hello, welcome, and all right, I'm Ian. I'm a grumpy middle-aged man, and my wife is going through the menopause. And today, that's what I would like to talk about. Something that only in recent years is discussed more widely, an important subject that affects everybody at some point in their life, even if it's only the ladies of our lives that go through it, it affects us all, because we are in relationships with them, whether it be wife, girlfriend, partner, or even our mothers. And it's nice to be a little bit more understanding of what these special people that are close to us are actually going through. So I would like to discuss in a little bit more detail some of the things that we may be able to do to help ourselves through helping them. Now, like many of us, I can often find myself falling down rabbit holes on social media. My go-to place is YouTube, because I'm a man of a certain age, and it seems to be the youngsters that go on your TikToks and your Instagrams. And I find YouTube a little bit more informative and a bit more educational, and I can work it better. And it's not full of over-filtered people telling you how wonderful their life is and how crap yours is, and that you should click on certain links to buy their stuff because it's the only thing that's going to make you even remotely bearable to other people. But one thing I do find is, even on YouTube, especially on YouTube, is that people tend to try to get you to watch. They say things like, watch to the end, because it helps the algorithm and it helps to build my channel so I can educate you better. And they usually hook you in with a list of certain things like, 5 top tips to make you a better person, 12 things to give you a body like Adonis, 8 miracle creams that you should use to have a complexion like a statue that was carved by Michelangelo, or any of the other Ninja Turtles for that matter. And then usually after describing what they're going to tell you, they convince you to stay to the end with, make sure you watch to the end because I've got a bonus feature that you won't be able to do without, and your life will be crap if you don't watch it. And then they usually, all of them, near enough, 99%, and I follow a few different people regularly that I like, but they all still say things like, watch these 5 miracle things that is going to make you better and me rich. And then they'll all say, so without further ado, let's get into it. Anyway, here are my top 5 tips that us men can actually do that will help the women in our lives. And don't forget, you must watch to the end because I have a bonus feature that will make your life so much better. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Question 1. How long will my wife or partner be in the menopause? Well, this is your first mistake. You see, it's not a blip or a period that they go through. And apologies for mentioning the word period. I know that's a bit of a touchy subject. But it's a stage of life they enter into as part of the aging process. Some women hardly notice that they're in the menopause. To them, it's like driving a car and a small little bump in the road. One of those really shallow sleeping policeman type things. Whereas for others, it's like driving into a curb. One of those big, massive curbs that pop your front tyres, bend your suspension, and end up leaving you a whiplash for a month or two. For some, it's a walk in the park. For others, it's as if they've been taken over and abducted by aliens. A little green man inside their bodies, fiddling with their internal thermostat and pushing all the mood buttons in their brain. Question 2. What can I do to help? This is a bit of a dangerous one because there's not really much that we can do to help. Unless, like me, you're an untrained expert who has an invalid opinion on the subject. You can try saying things like, what can I do to help you? Or what can we do to make this better? Or what can we do to move things along? But really, you're not going through it. They are. And you've just got to be as caring and as thoughtful as you can be. Question 3. Is the menopause something that you should seek medical help for? Yeah, having somebody medically trained helps you to pass the blame. But I suggest that you recommend that in a very subtle way. You know, if they recommend HRT or something like that and it doesn't work, or the dose is wrong, then it's not your fault for a change. So that's good. Question 4. Is there light at the end of the tunnel? Yes. Good news is, yes, there is. Although it's a really dim light and it's a really, really long way off. And it never really gets that bright. You can just about see where you're going. But it's there all right. Question 5. Will things ever go back to normal? No, of course not. Don't be so bloody stupid. Of course they won't. It is a period of time in your life, an age that you enter into. And to be honest, us men are just the same. We're not the people that we used to be. I mean, up there, and I'm sure the same goes for women, you think that you're still, whether it be in your 30s or something, but your body can't do the things that your mind thinks it can. Although it might not be chemically the same, but men go through a kind of menopause of their own. How many people you know go through midlife crisis? You know, these blokes that go off and buy fast cars and motorbikes and end up killing themselves, or you've got other men that decide they're going to go and run a marathon or go and start playing football on a Saturday morning and keel over with a heart attack. We're all different people. As we get older, we're all different people. So get that one out of your head. Things will never be the same for you or for them. So the sooner you realise that, the better, and work through it. And now for the bonus clip, as promised, which is quite simple. It's just a little bit of advice. Never, ever suggest diet and exercise. It's been proved, medically proved, that this can help in the menopause. Diet and exercise are very important. A well-balanced diet with plenty of fibre and plenty of protein is very good for mental health. And exercise, especially weights and long walks, not only good for mental health, but help to build muscle mass, which is very important at this time of their lives. But whatever you do, I can't say this strongly enough, never recommend these things to your partner. Another piece of advice, and it's a little bit controversial, but alcohol can help. Not them, obviously, because it can mess all the HRT up and things like that, but it can sometimes help you. Be careful when and how you use it, obviously, in moderation and sensibly and all that, but it can actually get you through sometimes. Anyway, my wife is due home any moment, so I'm off to the pub. Ta-da!